Welcome back, everybody. We're picking back up where we left off with Farmer Rouse's house. For this episode, we want to get this farm really starting to produce some money. We need to upgrade it so that we can sell or produce cows and pigs. And I would like to also adopt another child. I think we need another few coins just to add to our dynasty a little bit more. So bear with us. We're going to go slow and then sometimes fast, and we're going to hit these benchmarks. We have a new message in our log here. You are respected. On a whim, you do not have the leftovers from yesterday's feast at your residence thrown to the pigs. Instead, you give them to feed the poor in the Pilhagen district in Visby and ensure that the noble donor's name is made known to one and all. Well, that's outstanding. We don't have pigs at all, so I would love to be able to manage that activity and have that done on a more regular basis. Let's see if we can go in and pick up our second dynasty member. I don't know if you noticed, the individual with the death mask, the plague mask, came in and decided to purposely set in between these two rather unhealthily looking individuals. Not ideal. I think I'd be getting up to move if I was in their position. All right, preacher. Can we get a child? Looks like we cannot. The orphans became more expensive since the last time we visited. So we need about 600 more coins. We're going to have to put this on the back burner for the time being. Let's get back to work. To upgrade to cattle and pigs, we need about 1,300 more coins to increase our title to Yeoman. So we're going to fast forward a little bit and sell some more straw and hay and see if we can't reach that benchmark. I find it really interesting that your farm will moo at you before you are able to produce cattle. Makes me wonder who is doing the mooing on the farm. We are unable to add any more workers to our farm at this time. For about 200 more coin, we could increase productivity, which will help in the long run. That's generally an action I recommend performing early on. But for the most part, the beginning of the farmer is just a grind. Especially if you make yourself the worker, at least you have 24-hour production, but you're just grinding back and forth from the well to the hay, from the well to the hay, through all hours of the morning. Apple is on our farm, still catching rats. Who could be mad at that sound, that positive attitude? Good to see you again, Apple. The bathhouse, or the herb hut right across the street from us, are curing the village's odor, the best I can tell. They are curing a disease of some type. So not a bad spot to be set up at, right across the street from the town doctor. All right, our transporter can be upgraded. I'm going to upgrade her charisma. I am also going to use some of the coin that we have to go ahead and get our next dynasty member so that that individual can be aging up. This kid jumped up in line pretty quick, didn't he? Let's see if he's considered. He is not. We have another daughter. This one will be named Banana. Let's see if she's excited to be a part of our house as Apple was. Hot dog. She's ready to go, everybody. If you haven't guessed, I am naming dynasty members based on fruit. No particular reason, just thought it might go with the farmer trait. 399 coins, and we're not going to spend money on anything until we receive the Yeoman title. We brought Banana over to the farm to assist Apple in catching rats. She's actively doing something. 700 coin, halfway to the money we need for Yeoman. All right, I've sent Apple over to the market to help stack some boxes to build a little XP. I'm going to take an opportunity to drive the workers with an attempt to increase productivity. One worker is pretended to pay attention to us. Another employee is drunk. Outstanding. Wilma is inebriated and has boozy breath. Be careful bending over, Wilma. You may fall. Well, we have a new activity here. I am in the process of being politely pickpocketed, I do believe. I think she's giving me the finger. Or maybe using some kind of snake charming abilities. And off she goes with 9 coin. Perfect. Well, my attempt to increase productivity has resulted in one employee getting hammered and me getting robbed. So I think I'm just going to get back to work myself, gathering some straw stacks. So someone does not like us now. We farted again in an execution. If you remember this from the last episode, this is something that we are already being accused of and are well known for in town. Over 1,000 coin now, 2/3 of our way to the Yemen title. Wilma is no longer drunk, though I'm not sure if she was puking at the well or gathering water. 1,270 coin, slow and steady. Keep up the grind, everybody. We have a snowstorm setting in. I don't find this to be too detrimental to our activities. Might slow production a bit, but it's certainly not the end of the world. And one of our employees has received a level up. I'm going to increase Wilma. Seemed to be a topic of recent conversations. I'm going to increase Wilma's dexterity here to get more productivity out of her on the farm. Okay, we now have enough coins to upgrade to the title of Yemen. Yo, man. Now we need 1,200 more coins for the cattle and pig as we enter into winter of the year 1403. So we are third year into our dynasty. After the cattle and pig, I'd really like to go down the fisherman route. We won't have a fisherman hut, but I want to upgrade. The butcher shop is available down that path. And the butcher shop's where we're really going to see our income start increasing at a much faster rate. In the meantime, I've noticed there does not seem to be an orchard business anywhere around where we're at. I'm not sure if there is an actual orchard somewhere near, but this may be an opportunity for us to increase our revenue. And for 1,000 coin, we can explore that path, which we're about halfway there now. With the orchardist, with an orchardist, we could sell items such as cider, which are selling for $21, basic fruit selling for $5, or fruit juice, which is selling for about $11. These are slightly higher prices than what our barley and hay is currently selling for. It would give us the opportunity to increase employees, increase influence as a result, which is something that you can never have enough of in this game. And very hard to come by these early title levels. All right, so we have 1,000 coin. I'm going to try to go ahead and build the orchardist. Just kidding. I'm going to buy the upgrade for the orchardist. The building itself is going to cost us another 1,250 coin. And with over 1,300 coins, we have finally earned enough to build our orchardist hut. Finding a place to put it seems to be our only issue at the moment. We have a little bit of room down the street. And there we are. Now, while that building's being built, I'm going to fire myself from the croft. This way it costs me nothing to have an employee at the new location. I do have an opportunity to upgrade myself before doing so. I have been fired and then immediately rehired. And I want to produce as much cider and to a lesser extent fruit juice as possible. To do so, we will be utilizing the fruit that's currently in storage, and then we will be finding a location to pick it ourselves. Off we go. Well, luckily the local grove is not far away at all, so that worked out really well. 514 coin. I'm going to try to hire another worker for the orchard business. See if we can't produce cider on a faster rotation. Okay, that new employee has been hired, and once they wake up in the morning, they will report to work. We've just entered spring. Seems like the perfect time to pick fruit. My character is 21 years of age. Once I get around the 24, 25 mark, then I'll take looking for a spouse more aggressively. See if I can't have some biological children to increase our family, especially since the orphanage is getting more and more expensive. My employee has appeared for work, so now we will double the production of our new business. Somebody just walked in with a torch. Hope everything's fine. So we have the fruit juice and the cider being made. Now I need a transporter to get stuff to and from market, and we should see our revenue increasing at a faster pace now. Someone has praised us. Detlef Nielsen praised us in public. That was very nice of him. I'm not sure who he is or how to find who he is, but I appreciate it. At 750 coin, we can increase, or we can make rock candy and blackberry jam. I'm not sure if that's the route I want to take or if I want to keep saving for the cattle at the farm. I don't see much increase in selling price from those items. Rock candy is $60. That is about double of what almost triple of what our cider is making. So I do think that would pay off if we just put all efforts into making rock candy. Okay, we now have enough coin to make that upgrade. So upgrade purchase. Now turn all efforts into the sole direction of rock candy. To make that, we need 1 honey and 1 blackberry, both of which we can produce or harvest internally. So it'd be a straight profit of 60 coin. Keep our foot on the gas for that too terribly long. We might saturate the local market. But for the time being, we just need funds. The other dynasties already have a big advantage on us through having higher starting funds than the impossible level starting out. I'm going to spend 600 coin to increase the productivity of our rock candy making. Produce 60 more coin, about 10% faster than we did before. And the very next opportunity I have, I'm going to spend the 600 upgrade, another 400 to hire somebody, 1,000 coin to get another worker in. The worker upgrade has been purchased, another 200 coins, and we will hire another worker to support our rock candy business. And there we go. So now with 3 workers, including myself, 1 transporter, rock candy should be made at a much faster rate. Someone doesn't like you. Over a mug of beer in a tavern, you engage in an animated conversation with another guest. While emphasizing one of your statements with a broad sweep of your arm, you accidentally spill some beer on Theodore Ralphson's clothes. In spite of your sincere apology, you still find yourself the subject of a withering look. It does not take much imagination to realize that the whole Ralphson family will take this accident the wrong way. Well, screw you, Ralphsons. Coins coming in much faster now. We're now back up to over 1,100 coin. With a little bit more savings, we'll be able to go ahead and make that agricultural 2 upgrade and at least have cattle and pigs in our possession. And as we are about to progress into the summer, we are just met our required budget to make that upgrade. For cattle and pigs, we'll now make them our priority focus. And we'll rotate doing about 10 or 12 or so a piece at a time. You'll notice with the cows, we're now going to be able to sell them for between $80 to $100, depending on the market. They only require 3 buckets of water and 1 wheat. That's absurdly cheap to make. The pigs are another example of cheap produce. We can sell them between 62 and 65. We're looking at a bucket of water and swamp root. Swamp root is something that we are going to have to buy from the market unless we are able to gather it from a local swamp, which off the top of my hand, I'm not sure if there's one around. We may have to follow one of our workers later to see if they can point us in that direction. Rock candy, the sale of rock candy is still going well. In Old Town, it actually sells for 72 coin. We haven't messed with the prices in a negative way at all. So we're going to keep going that route. We're also going to start selling holding a little bit more in our possession and selling them at our local store. Let's hire an additional worker back at the croft since we now have the cows and pigs. This will take up my place as a former employee and then make the commitment to increase productivity. 600 coins well spent. So if we look at just last year alone, we can see that the Orchardist Hut sweet fruit, as it's known to our neighbors, is bringing in a significant amount of revenue, especially per the expenses, almost $1,000 clear a day, and that was in one of its first couple days in business. We spent a lot on upgrades for the croft, but we will expect that revenue to come back around on the positive side very quickly. Here we are almost back up to 1,000 coin, which will allow us to make the purchase of the fisherman class. No intent to go the fishing route just yet. But in another 750 coin, we'll be able to see the price. Well, actually, you can see it there. For another 750 plus 1750, we'll be able to go the butcher route. Our business has been set on fire. We're going to send our player character to go pour water on the croft. Now, we can also have our workers do it as well. So let's put out this fire. No, we can also have our workers do it as well. So let's put out this fire. We must be doing something good. And our employees are throwing buckets of, I would say water, but they appear empty, and hoping to hit the fire way over here. I cannot see water leaving the bucket. I don't think I'm alone. Our neighbors have a lot of sympathy with us, openly saying they're glad it's not their building. I do need to spend a little money repairing the building since we've had that unfortunate event, and get all of my employees back to work. We also have an employee that is ill. He is ill with leprosy. Oh no. See if we have any options to send them to go get healed. We can send him to the barber. We can get poison cured. We can get the illness treated. I'm going to have him do that. Cannot afford to lose you, Gudmar. You 15-year-old Chad. We'll see if he is able to survive long enough to get to the healing hut. I don't believe we sent him to the one across the street for some reason. I sent him to the one at the top of the list, and the poor guy is burning some calories. I hope you make it. Prayers for Gudmar. Maybe one of the treatments is to run off the disease. Oh, he made it. Perfect. He is being healed. Hopefully he will not die of leprosy. Here we are at almost 1,900 coin. Let's go ahead and make our second fisherman purchase, and just a couple hundred coins shy of the butchery building. Okay, now with 2,100 coins, let's purchase the upgrade for butchery. We don't have enough coins to buy it just yet. We need 1,500 coins, but we can scout out a good location for it. I would love to put it right across the street from our farm. I just don't think we have the space of a building to do that. And I'm not sure that we have room to put it next to our orchard business either. So we may have to put it in another place in town. That's just is what it is, what the options are. So unfortunately, Gudmar was at the healing hut, but still has leprosy. Let's see if we can send him back there and see if a second treatment does any benefit. He's rubbing his stomach like a magic 8-ball. Hope he finds the answer. It said success, but he's still showing negatives. He is showing disease immunity to leprosy. That's great. Or temporarily immune to new infections. Not sure that he is being healed. Oh, I see the problem. We have to spend 25 coins to send him to the pest house, as leprosy is a bigger level than what the local village can cure. That's unfortunate. Sorry about that, Gudmar. Not sure you have long left with us. Okay, we got the coin needed to make our butchery. The fancy hen, as the game has decided to offer us as a name. I'm going to throw that down on a busy street on the way to our local market. Not far from an entrance into the city. And with that in mind, it looks like our best-selling item will be told to us after autumn begins. Looks like the best-selling item at this time will be pork, and beef does a little bit as well. The true benefit is that for one cow or one pig, you get multiple quantities of the beef and pork, so you really can multiply the profits much more than it is visible. Let's bring over some workers and a transporter. All right, well, we're going to end the video here. We have progressed to autumn of 1406. Our character is currently 23 years old. Our dynasty has 2 adopted daughters. And we have just opened our third business, the butchery. Stay tuned as we check into the next episode. We're going to increase our profits and ramp up our status in society. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to the video. Leave a comment on anything I can improve on, anything that you would have liked to see, or anything that we can do better from a viewing standpoint going forward. Thank you.